Hey, George. Yep, that's what I just did. Yeah. Yep, thanks. Okay, bye. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. Of course.
We all have something to learn there, so yes, absolutely. Thank you.
I didn't hear that. Sorry about that. I didn't hear you go.
She's in Arizona.
Oh, okay. Okay. That. See somebody walking down.
Congressman,
What do you think
what do you
about
expect to
Zohran
hear from
Mamdani saying that he's not going to use that phrase, globalize and intifada anymore?
That's really crazy.
One side or the other?
Move? Is it canceled?
Why don't we pull him over to the
Congressman, do you mind coming over to the pool camera for us?
No, I don't want to get a. No, I'm just waiting for an
Has
Uber.
this meeting been canceled?
No, it's been moved
What time?
right now.
But where?
I don't know if I should tell you that.
Oh, I understand. Well, I think it's important
They
for
may
every...
have. They,
all the
I
voters
don't know
have
why they moved it, so I'm not going to say anything.
But it's definitely moved.
Yes.
Not happening.
What? No, it's happening, but it's moved.
It's not happening here.
It's not happening here.
Yeah.
Is it because the pressure
Hold on.
We will be respectful. Can you give us a
Excuse
clue?
me. No, no, no. Are you my Uber? Are you my Uber? Are you my Uber? Are you my Uber?
What are the license plates?
Oh. It's arriving. Okay. 3FP 2199.
Yeah, that's the numbers.
Okay.
Can you give us a clue? We will be very respectful.
Yes, so he is my Uber.
Yeah, this is
Excuse
your
me.
guy.
We just want to be able to catch a glimpse of him. Can you give us a clue as to where this is happening?
885 New Jersey Avenue Southeast, I think.
Thank you.
Congressman, where is the new meeting?
I just told her.
Where is it?
I just told her 885 New Jersey Avenue Southeast.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is directly, that's at the AC Hotel.
That's by the bureau.
That's directly, yeah,
Okay.
it's like across from the Whole Foods.
Okay.
It's not like here, it's not a. Yeah. I can call the desk.
No, I was going to walk, and it's right here.
You can walk to my car. I've got my car here.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
And I'll get over there as soon as I can.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2.
Hey, it's Tracy. You know, I put a mic out. Would you mind checking audio? Mic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Channel 1 is the hand mic. Channel 2 is the one. Alright, let's try this. Hey, you know, if they wanted audio, they should have sent an audio person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3. Okay. I'll write it. Oh, if anybody talks, I'll write it. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you.
We're over $15 trillion of investment, and there's never been anything like that. In the history of our country, there has not been anything like it or even close. So, okay, do you have any questions?
Mr. President, Mr. President.
You announced the Indonesia deal today. You announced the Indonesia trade deal today. How many more trade deals beyond the letters will you announce before August 1st?
We're working on probably 5 or 6. Of the 5 or 6, I'm not sure I really want to do them. You know, you want somebody that knows how to negotiate. But we'll probably have 2 or 3. You know, we insist on opening up the country, which is a big deal. Indonesia was great. He's a great president. We made a terrific deal when they opened up the entire country to trade with the United States. We weren't allowed to go in and trade. I think something similar will happen with, I would say, India. And we have a couple of others. But I have to tell you, for the most part, I'm very happy with the letters. You know, the letters are a deal. You know, I can't explain it any better. The letters are a deal. The press doesn't want to pick that up. But I will veer from those deals on occasion when somebody is willing. Like if Japan would open up their country, they don't do that. They just don't do that. And I don't either. I don't subscribe to it one way or the other. But they won't do that. So we might just stick with the letter. South Korea is inclined to maybe do that. So we'll let you know. But we have letters out. Every time I send out a letter, essentially that's a deal.
Mr. President,
with the date you gave of August 1st, with the date that you gave of August 1st, right. Why stick with the date if you're saying that you might...
Payments start on August 1st.
Right.
The only thing about that's really sacred about August 1st is that's when payments start. Sure. So they have to start paying billions of dollars to you and people. Are you a citizen of the country?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. You'll be very happy because you're going to be getting a lot of money. Just like they found a budget surplus. We have a budget surplus of $25 billion. Everyone said, how did that happen? It hasn't happened in many years. It happened because of good management and tariffs.
Mr. President,
do you plan to release more details of the Vietnam-China deals? Is there going to be a paperwork released to the public of showing that?
I don't think it matters how much you release of the deal. We have a Vietnam deal, right. And I would say that deal is pretty well set. Again, that's an opening of their country. They've opened it up. Just so you know, these were closed countries. They were wonderful people, wonderful leaders, very strong, smart leaders. But their countries were closed to us, but our country wasn't closed to them. And so I said, you got to open up your country. So we're going to see. But the Vietnam deal, we may open it. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you. Is it necessary? No. Yeah, I don't think so.
Mr. President, on Ukraine, why did you settle on giving Putin another 50 days? It seems like he's had a lot of time to show he wants peace.
I don't think it's a long time. I think really the question should be asked, why did Biden get us into that ridiculous war? Why did Biden bring us there? That should never, ever have happened, that war. This is Biden's war. I'm just trying to end it.
Why do you think?
A lot of lives.
Why do you think his opinion will change in 50 days when it hasn't over the last 6 months?
Very rapidly. Might not be 50 days. Might be much sooner than 50 days.
To that end, when do you think the first Patriot missiles, some of these weapons that our allies will buy?
They're already being shipped.
From what countries?
They're coming in from Germany and then replaced by Germany, and in all cases, the United States gets paid back in full.
Have you started?
What's happening, as you know, is the European Union. If you look, mostly European Union stuff, but let's put it in the form of NATO. It's very similar. But NATO is going to pay us back for everything. In some cases, we're going to be paid back by countries of the European Union directly.
Are we starting to see those payments?
We're always getting our money back in full. So we're not going to have any more investment to make. We're getting our money back in full. And if we can make a deal, that'd be great. We're saving 5,000 or 6,000 soldiers a week. They're Russian and they're Ukrainian soldiers. They're not American soldiers. And we won't have boots on the ground. But it's a shame. 5,000. Last week they say 7,100 soldiers, both Russian and Ukraine, were killed.
Hey, can I ask you about Iran? Have you seen any progress in talks with Iran? We haven't really heard about that in a while.
Well, they want to talk. I'm in no rush to talk. And they would like to talk. I'm in no rush to talk because we obliterated their site. They'd have to start all over. In fact, it's obliterated to the point that it's not usable anymore. They'd have to pick a different mountain. That mountain is so blown up inside and so unstable that they would have to pick a different mountain. Our people really did the job, yes.
On the Fed, sir, would you fire Jerome Powell over the Treasury renovation?
We spent $2.5 million building this place. I have to say this. I think he's terrible. I think he's a total stiff. But the one thing I didn't see him as a guy that needed a palace to live in. You talk to the guy, it's like talking to nothing. It's like talking to a chair. No personality, no high intelligence, no nothing. But the one thing I would have never guessed is that he would be spending $2.5 billion to build a little extension onto the Fed.
Is that a fireball?
Nobody's ever seen. I think it sort of is. Because if you look at his testimony to the House and the Senate, you take a look at the testimony, it's under earth. That whole thing is, he's not talking about the problem. It's a big problem. $2.5 billion, and that's $2.5 billion now. That's going to be a lot more money than $2.5 billion to expand, and with all of that to house thousands of people to give him information, and yet out of the 71 economists, and they included me and one other person got it right. I got it right, and one other genius got it right. They had everybody else was wrong. 69 were wrong, and 2 were right. I was one of them. And I don't have a lot of people. I have Howard. I have Doug. I have a few people. He has thousands of people, and he got it wrong. No, I think when you spend $2.5 billion on really a renovation, I think it's pretty disgraceful.
On the Fed chair, sir.
Have you spoken to President Putin since your announcement yesterday?
No.
And do you think when you speak to him on the phone, does he say that he wants peace?
Yeah.
What does he say to you?
He says he wants peace. Yeah. So far, it's all talk and no action. Dollars, but it's going to be closer to $100 billion is going to be invested by the biggest financial people in the world. We had everybody there from Larry Fink to everybody else you can imagine. And it was a really great day and a very productive day. I think we're over now as a country, we're over $15 trillion of investment, and there's never been anything like that. In the history of our country, there has not been anything like it or even close. So, okay, do you have any questions?
You announced the Indonesia deal today. You announced the Indonesia trade deal today. How many more trade deals beyond the letters will you announce before August 1st?
We're working on probably 5 or 6. Of the 5 or 6, I'm not sure I really want to do them. You know, you want somebody that knows how to negotiate. But we'll probably have 2 or 3. You know, we insist on opening up the country, which is a big deal. Indonesia was great. He's a great president. And we made a terrific deal where they opened up the entire country to trade with the United States. We weren't allowed to go in and trade. I think something similar will happen with I would say, India. And we have a couple of others. But I have to tell you, for the most part, I'm very happy with the letters. You know, the letters are a deal. You know, I can't explain it any better. The letters are a deal. The press doesn't want to pick that up. But I will veer from those deals on occasion when somebody is willing. Like if Japan would open up their country, they don't do that. They just don't do that. And I don't either. I don't subscribe to it one way or the other. But they won't do that. So we might just stick with the letter. South Korea is inclined to maybe do that. So we'll let you know. But we have letters out. Every time I send out a letter, essentially that's a deal.
Mr. President, with the date you gave of August 1st, with the date that you gave of August 1st, why stick with the date if you're saying that you might just...
Payments start on August 1st. The only thing that's really sacred about August 1st is that's when payments start. So they have to start paying billions of dollars to you and people. Are you a citizen of the country?
Yes, sir.
You'll be very happy because you're going to be getting a lot of money. Just like they found a budget surplus. We have a budget surplus of $25 billion. Everyone said, how did that happen? It hasn't happened in many years. It happened because of good management and tariffs.
Do you plan to release more details of the Vietnam-China deals? Is there going to be paperwork released to the public of showing that?
I don't think it matters how much you release of the deal. We have a Vietnam deal, and I would say that deal is being pretty well set. It's pretty well set. Again, that's an opening of their country. They've opened it up. Just so you know, these were closed countries. They were wonderful people, wonderful leaders, very strong, smart leaders. But their countries were closed to us, but our country wasn't closed to them. And so I said, you got to open up your country. So we're going to see. But the Vietnam deal, we may open it. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you. Is it necessary? No. Yeah, I don't think so.
On Ukraine, why did you settle on giving Putin another 50 days? It seems like he's had a lot of time to show he wants peace.
Time. I think really the question should be asked, why did Biden get us into that ridiculous war? Why did Biden bring us there? That should never, ever have happened, that war. This is Biden's war. I'm just trying to end it because we're saving a lot of lives.
Why do you think his opinion will change in 50 days when it hasn't over the last 6 months.
Rapidly. Might not be 50 days. Might be much sooner than 50 days.
When do you think the first Patriot missiles, some of these weapons that our allies will buy?
They're already being shipped.
From what countries?
Germany, and then replaced by Germany, and in all cases, the United States gets paid back in full. So what's happening, as you know, is the European Union, if you look, mostly European Union stuff, but let's put it in the form of NATO. It's very similar. But NATO is going to pay us back for everything. In some cases, we're going to be paid back by countries of the European Union directly.
See those payments?
We're always getting our money back in full. So we're not going to have any more investment to make. We're getting our money back in full. And if we can make a deal, that'd be great. We're saving 5,000 or 6,000 soldiers a week. They're Russian and they're Ukrainian soldiers. They're not American soldiers. And we won't have boots on the ground. But it's a shame. 5,000. Last week they say 7,100 soldiers, both Russian and Ukraine, were killed.
Iran, have you seen any progress in talks with Iran? We haven't really heard about that in a while.
They want to talk. I'm in no rush to talk. They would like to talk. I'm in no rush to talk because we obliterated their site. They'd have to start all over. In fact, it's obliterated to the point that it's not usable anymore. They'd have to pick a different mountain. That mountain is so blown up inside and so unstable that they would have to pick a different mountain. Our people really did the job. Yes, please.
That, sir, would you fire Jerome Powell over the Treasury renovation that's drawn so much heat?
$2.5 million building this place. I have to say this. I think he's terrible. I think he's a total stiff. But the one thing I didn't see him as a guy that needed a palace to live in. You talk to the guy, it's like talking to a nothing. It's like talking to a chair. No personality, no high intelligence, no nothing. But the one thing I would have never guessed is that he would be spending $2.5 billion to build a little extension onto the Fed.
Is that a fireable?
Nobody's ever seen. I think it sort of is, because if you look at his testimony to the House and the Senate, you take a look at the testimony, it's under earth. That whole thing is, he's not talking about the problem. It's a big problem. $2.5 billion, and that's $2.5 billion now. That's going to be a lot more money than $2.5 billion to expand, and with all of that to house thousands of people to give him information, and yet out of the 71 economists, and they included me and one other person got it right. I got it right, and one other genius got it right. They had everybody else was wrong. 69 were wrong, and 2 were right. I was one of them. And I don't have a lot of people. I have Howard. I have Doug. I have a few people. He has thousands of people, and he got it wrong. No, I think when you spend $2.5 billion on really a renovation, I think it's pretty disgraceful.
Mr. President, have you spoken to President Putin since your announcement yesterday? And do you think when you speak to him on the phone, does he say that he wants peace? What does he say to you?
He says he wants peace. He does. So far, it's all talk and no action. I mean, if you think about it, India, Pakistan, we did so many. The Congo, and I mean, look at the deals we've made. We made all these peace deals. Look at Rwanda. It was an impossible deal to make with the Congo. I made that. I made all of these deals, Serbia, Kosovo, and here's the one deal. And actually, Vladimir called me up. He said, I'd love to help you with respect to making a deal with a couple of them.
As long as there's a free pass for okay? Whatever there's like, should we do like a clear path here though? Yeah, I think we should because your first is
Why you guys gonna take me?
good? Oh, there we go.
I'm honestly like not really sure like how
I can hold it too. It's fine.
Hey, Aaron, it's Evan. How you doing, buddy? Hey, I need some help from you finding a shot that Netflix is putting up now. I am in front of the camera. This is very good. Beautiful. Could you put me in the multi-point? I appreciate that. I guarantee you.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and go up a little bit, but I'm going to try and
move by deal.
Yeah, we're going to move forward.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'm going to go as far as I
Go on the box.
Oh.
So they won't.
Did you see my
Uber gets here fast. Well, hi everybody. Good morning. I didn't get to talk to him. I got to listen. I think he's a very personable, smart young man, and I hope we're not going to have a lot of circular firing squads. But he connected with the people of New York. He understands that people are hurting on affordability issues. He is not, you know what? Donald Trump and he both get out and they talk to people and they listen to people and they understand how people feel. And he's using social media the way that Donald Trump has. And you know what? All of us in life have different perspectives, different experiences. He's running in a city that's very different. Well, I might have a city in my district that's like, but everybody can learn from, if we take the time to listen to each other, see what they're doing, learn, we can all learn. Do you think the party is moving more in a socialist direction with Mamdani? You know what? Is the party moving more in a socialist direction? It's a question by the media to try to stigmatize the Democratic Party. Every member of Congress runs in a district that is unique. And we all can learn from each other. There's one common issue that everybody better understand, and that's that people are worried about the cost of living. They're worried about affordability. They're worried about health care. And by the way, what you're watching right now in this whole Epstein piece play out, they're starting to get very much more vocalized about corruption. So we are a party that has a big tent. We have members that win in districts that are as disparate and as diverse as this country is. And I learned from my Blue Dogs and I learned from my colleagues in New York City. AOC is one of the smartest women. You've seen her. I'm sorry. He's a very bright, personable person.
Did you say anything about not using the phrase globalize the intifada
I was
anymore?
not in there. I mean, I left and I didn't get into that. But I'm also somebody, listen kids, you're talking, and when you see my black Uber is arriving now. When I live in Michigan, I live in this world. And I have people that are really hurting. I'm tired of seeing people die. I'm tired of seeing kids starve. There's a human side to people that live in.
But is that a phrase that he should be using?
He didn't even talk about it with me, okay? But everybody. I'll have that discussion with him later, but it didn't come up. But I think that I know a whole lot of people that care deeply about Israel that also are very worried about watching children die of starvation.
Is there a big crowd in there?
It's a good turnout.
And he's still speaking?
He was. I have to go to another meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Did you see any of that?
I'm sorry. That's true. Carlo, is that okay?
Yeah, if you could just once again move back.
She stopped there too in all fairness. She wouldn't.
Yeah, but if there's ADA accessibility guidelines, for our older members who may be in wheelchairs.
big winter, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
You got a comment on that?
Yeah, this car is over here. Right. Oh, behind you, or are you looking at me? Oh, right there. That spot is better now. The spot, that would be the spot.
Situation. The problem is you're just going to look at his car.
Yeah. It's a mess. Yeah, me too. That's what I was not ready.
Set up right outside the kids.
You guys walk over here. That didn't help.
Last second, we found out it was changed.
Go for it. Is that okay with you guys?
I don't know your name, but I'm not moving from up here if you want to come get cozy with me.
Yeah?
Right here?
Yeah. Or do you want to come with me?
I'll get cozy with everyone.
You don't mind crashing up? I'm not going to tell you.
I'm going to do this.
Very good.
No, man.
Macros are extra.
How's that? I'll just stay right here.
You guys all good with that?
Yeah, you can have one. Yeah, after all that walking.
I can't even do that anymore. I can't sit up and squat.
Give me a year.
That's all right. I cannot care.
After if they go forward, I'm going to try and go like that.
You press it over, you don't hold it. You press the shutter.
That's good. I'll say press.
Yeah. Is her bag still okay over there?
It is. Most folks let us bring us ice water.
Well, a few other people walked by.
Congressman, very impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, sorry.
Guys, step back so we can turn off the sidewalk and stuff like that. I would love to work with Come back. Well, what's that way, you know? Clean early out. I got to work many times different days. So, I'm not moving.
They just dropped this one. Screwed something up. So, get another one. That's all.
Yep.
I'm just gonna crowd in 1 sec while the stroller woman comes by. Come on.
Well, and you know, somebody I talked to said they couldn't get
handful.
Can we buy number that actually
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes,
Can you talk a little bit about the meeting?
great meeting. You know, it's just beautiful to have someone who is so authentic. You know, that's money cannot buy that, and we had a great conversation.
What was his message to you all?
To talk to the issues that are important to the people. You cannot say that there is an affordability crisis in New York and then have a super PAC that is funded by developers who have been part of the... That's my assessment. He didn't say that. I'm saying that. Thank you.
Can we clear a path for the Congresswoman? Thank you.
Yep, coming up.
Would you have a moment?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's fine. Better than
Are you going through? Come on. I know.
Also, when you, I think when you about the angry, that's much less, maybe it's,
with this or another. I'm gonna have to also pull out in the next 5 minutes.
I'll like buy for myself.
I'm just making a move for this one. All right. Come outside. Yeah, go ahead. So, you want to say 5 minutes? Yeah, so 5 minutes. Just because we want to be there and say. There's a lot of media and traffic outside, so they want to stop.
was a great meeting, lots of great ideas, lots of great.
Did he win it over?
Hey, we got a free spot here.
Thank you, sir. See if I can try to see the spot.
Yeah, of course. I thought he works.
What do you expect to hear from him?
I want to meet him. It's exciting.
Yeah, but your newsletters up there, that's the same line you came to the office. Like, and I was on severe, you're commenting on me, so. That's not true. You were still on. So no, you can fulfill the one in your game. Okay. You've been rude to everybody here, man. You've been rude to everybody.
I'm not sure.
I was an asshole to him. It's her. She's doing nothing. She asked you to move. Okay. Sorry. Mr. Bulldog did the block.
Jeffries on Friday in New York. So I don't know that I'll go back to the Capitol.
work, guys. I'm over here, man. I speak for no one other than me, and I'm right here.
Congressman, how did the meeting go?
The meeting went well.
Clarify those comments. Did anyone ask him about that?
Let's give you the hearing.
Are there other Jewish?
Do you think he wanted
to
to
get
over
to the hearing? But thank you guys.
He said he already knew about it.
Come on, Congressman.
Sorry, can we clear it out?
Fantastic. Zohran Mamdani is an incredible talent. He is going to be a great mayor for New York City. I was proud to endorse him before the primary, and he is so smart, so authentic, cares so much about working people, and has put together an incredible coalition. We're thrilled.
He's bringing the party together.
Look, he's bringing anybody who can see the reality of the success of his candidacy and his campaign together. Anybody that's staying out at this point instead of endorsing this incredible dynamic leader is missing an opportunity.
Do you think he won over supporting out there?
Of the new members who weren't supporting him or on the fence?
Sorry, what was
Do you think he won over any members?
Oh, I think it's hard not to be won over because it's the combination of his authenticity, his smarts, and his commitment to lifting up working people and making life better for real folks that is really inspiring and not always easy to find, you know, and so I hope so. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Hi, nice to meet you in person. I know we've emailed. Oh, you. I like your blazer. It's a nice color. Thank you.
No, I mean that one's on. This one's so the guy. Keep using it.
Congressman Rivas, could you talk to us about how the meeting went? What did you learn from it? Could you step actually over here? Thank you. How was the meeting?
Oh, it was great. You know, he shared a lot of tips and tricks of getting your message out via social media. You know, it was a great learning experience for me as a new member of Congress.
Did it seem like Democrats are finally rallying around him in its entirety? Did he have to sway any old members, or was everyone pretty much in unison there?
We were just learning skills from him, communication skills. It was not about whether we're supporting him or not.
Are you talking about any policies specifically?
He talked about, you know, freezing rent, faster buses in New York City, and universal child care, which seems to be the message that really resonated with New York City voters.
How do you pay for that, essentially?
He didn't talk about that. It was just more how he was getting that message out, because that's what New Yorkers want.
What do you think of his idea for government-run grocery stores? Did he try to pitch that?
No, he did not talk about that.
What do you think about it? Do you think that's a good idea?
I'm not sure how that would work. I haven't really looked at how that would work.
And how about ending cooperation with ICE? He's talked about that as well. Do you agree with that?
Of course. I'm a member from Los Angeles. We're going through massive ICE raids that are creating fear in my community. I represent Mexican immigrants and Central American immigrants. I'm the child of immigrants. And so what ICE is doing right now is horrible to our communities, to our economy, really disrupting Los Angeles. I'm from Los Angeles.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk to the cameras, okay. I'm Congressman Mark Takano. I'm the ranking Democratic member on the Veterans Affairs Committee. I'm also chair of the Congressional Equality Caucus, among other things. I was very eager to meet Assemblyman Mamdani. I started to get into my social media feed a lot of the videos around the time of the election in New York and post-election, and one of the videos that made a huge impact on me, which I thought was brilliant, was the halal inflation video, where Zohran Mamdani, you know, talks to a halal, a falafel stand, and about how much this falafel stand operator has to pay to the city of New York for a permit, $17,000 a year. And he asked him how much he would charge if he didn't have to do that. His falafel is $10, and that he would charge $8 a falafel if he didn't have to pay, not the city actually, it is some operator, somebody who holds the permit. And we learned from this interview that Mamdani does with this guy is that he's not actually paying the city. He's actually been waiting in line. He's like 32,000th in line to get a permit. And you know, the overall impression on me was, this guy is not a communist. He's not a socialist. He's an advocate for small C capitalism, and that you know, he really is fighting for the little business guy that's trying to eke out a living in New York. Half of all New Yorkers, you know, get their jobs from small business, and I thought that was a tremendous message. I have a lot of small business people just like that, immigrant business people trying to make a living in my own district, and I thought it was such an aspirational video. It was very inspiring.
Do you think he made any inroads with people that might not be completely on board with him yet that was in that room?
I came toward the end. I had a conflicting meeting. I'm with the sort of leadership meeting. I conflicted with this meeting, so I got the last question in. There were a lot of other senior members of Congress in that room who I think are very curious about him. I think they've seen a lot of his social media and think it is really quite penetrating and brilliant. So,
What do you think are some of his weaknesses to winning, and what advice would you give him?
I had some questions, about, association with democratic socialism. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez explained to me the generational divide over this, that people under 40 have experienced watching Barack Obama, the first person they voted for, be attacked for being a foreigner, from Africa, not a citizen. I mean, these are all false charges, and attacked as a socialist. And they grew up thinking that this is all baseless and unfair. And so the people over 40, like me, I'll admit to being over 40, that socialism is different. The word has a different charge, and the critique of Stalin or even Castro, that's maybe a kind of kind of socialist, that he's fighting for small business people, trying to bring down stupid regulations, criticizing Eric Adams for not moving permits faster, forcing. It's corruption we're fighting here. Corruption, the corruption that prevents the dynamism of small c entrepreneurs, small c capitalist entrepreneurs. No contradiction there. Trying to get buses to run more efficiently and faster. These are all things that are improving people's lives, and I think Alexandra explained to me that generationally, the younger voters who are coming into, they are already the majority of voters out there, doesn't have the same charge, and it doesn't indicate. It's a bogeyman sort of fear that's being put on by older people.
What about his views when it comes to the government? The appropriations committee that deals with ag. There's not a lot of difference between the idea of some sort of public-run grocery and a co-op. In the state of Maine, there's a lot of co-ops that come together. Ranking member, former chair of the appropriations committee that deals with ag. There's not a lot of difference between the idea of some sort of public-run grocery and a co-op. In the state of Maine, there's a lot of co-ops that come together, nonprofit co-ops to bring down the cost of groceries. So there's other ways to think about this concept of how do you bring down the cost of groceries, and to what extent is the market in New York kind of dominated and overly consolidated in some ways. And those are legitimate questions to have, and I think he's injecting some idea about. So it's really. I go to some parts in Europe, and I'm amazed even how in Paris the cost of food is pretty reasonable. We should be asking ourselves, why is that? How is it that we can? And look, if we look at a larger picture, so it's bigger than New York, because he's not dealing with the bigger picture. But just how there's a few really meat processing plants in our country, meat processing companies, how concentrated that market is, and how much of this might be really the failure of our government to do the antitrust activities we should be doing in order to make sure that price gouging isn't occurring, and that there is price inflation because we're not doing enough to make sure that there's enough competition out there in terms of the food supply chain. So that's a higher level federal issue. He's trying to deal with this issue at a very local level, and it's a legitimate one.
People think of New York City as Democrat-run for many years. Why would going further left resolve these issues of the cost of living? The most expensive areas in the country tend to be Democrat-run.
Well, I don't know that left or right. I mean, you're the one imposing the left or right by the premise of your question. What I see is someone addressing cost of living issues, and I think if you were to run these Zohran Mamdani commercials blind in front of self-identified conservatives, part of the MAGA base, I think they would find Mamdani very, very appealing from what he's saying in his commercials. So without the left-right imposition by the question you've asked, I looked at that halal inflation commercial. I thought a MAGA viewer would look at that and go, "Hey, cut out this holder of the license, some guy, and make the government work more efficiently so that we license all these people." Or the whole medallion. I mean, Mamdani kind of got some street cred with the taxi drivers over Bloomberg over the taxi medallions. I think these are issues that much of the MAGA base would agree with.
You're saying you think some of his ideas aren't necessarily left-right, but like a populism?
I even believe populism has a kind of, to some people, a pejorative point of view. I think he's taking on cost of living issues head on, and I think. If you look past all of the labels people are trying to impose on him, I think that's what's refreshing about him and his direct messaging. I want to lower costs for New Yorkers, and I think Democrats need to be talking about how we're going to lower costs, but we really mean it. That what's been happening with Donald Trump is a lot of fakery. He came in saying he was going to pay attention to the cost of living, but his policies, his irrational tariffs, his spontaneous tariffs. We just saw a 2.7% inflation increase over the past couple of days, and he's going to want to blame that on someone else like Chairman Powell of the Fed, for not lowering interest rates. But how can he lower interest rates when the Fed's job is to watch inflation, and under Donald Trump's policies, inflation goes up? So a lot of talk and a lot of fakery, but I think Mamdani has got a platform that I think he can deliver on.
How many people were there?
When I arrived, there were I'd say 20, 25, and I think people trickled out as before I wrote it. I think this thing started at 8, and I was very happy to be able to make it. So anyway, hey, it was great to talk to you, and it was very exciting meeting, I think, the next mayor of New York. Thanks.
Thank you for your time.
been here since the beginning?
How are you?
I'm good. What was your name?
Carla.
Carla. Good to see
The
you.
Congressman.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Is there any?
That was impressive.
Yeah,
I was
as far as
No, kind of. They're a little
as long
overtime
as-
right now,
sure.
but members are kind of trickling out because they have to go.
Yeah,
Congresswoman has a committee hearing, so
yeah.
she'll probably have to.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Natural resources.
She's doing natural resources, and she's also has an energy and commerce committee.
Yeah, I think she should get that. She's got 2 babies. AOC. It's everything like this is why it pays off, I guess, or it doesn't pay off. Like in the this is something that maybe I could get on it. Also, maybe I'll call back and give it a follow back there. I guess that's what I would. I don't see what's. Yeah. Yeah, he looks like. He's been good on it. It's going to be one of the things. So, like 4 or 5 hours. That I don't know, but multiple, many votes. Whenever they say vote wrong, it doesn't I don't know. I haven't gotten it. I think they're going to start after these 1:30. Yeah. So my leave people for that, I would go to the start. That's my plan. Yeah. Because sometimes I got them. Yeah. I mean, who are the people? Murkowski, Collins, Colorado. Bennett, Michael Bennett, who's a Bennett? He's also a Bennett. The humidity
Sure, I think he's staying around the area. I'm sorry, I'm going to meet you first. Yeah, no, I think that you emailed me too, right?
Yes. Are you still in second?
Yeah, I took off.
Yeah, we'd say it closed.
Do you think she's not this?
Probably okay. No. By the time I learned about this like 10 minutes ago, I live like 3 blocks out.
I'll send it to them.
Seems like Mamdani was the other way.
It's a latte. They have this cute little to-go cup.
The other way.
I appreciate you all being out here and listening. I know it's been crazy.
So for Mamdani, if you use the possible. I was telling my boss, sometimes they like during votes, they'll hang out. You know, and like take photos of all the stuff. You know, where I've seen it before.
I'll be the Apple charger. I'll be around that. Yeah, I can do that. Check. I can go over to check in.
I was thinking about that
I'm sorry?
Mamdani's already left.
Yes, apparently he left the other entrance. Yeah. No, I know.
Is this official that he
I've dealt that worse too.
So
you've got reach.
Long language, accent.
I don't know anything about fighting sports, but I'm guessing reach. Like you could just hold me off, like
I think it was the people next to us that were doing their own totally different thing. That was more skilled.
Well, AFC is almost so but the word is not going which surprises me sometimes. Michigan State AFC is something, and maybe they're wrong reason.
Being eaten alive in mosquitoes.
Should become us. She said that she has 2 communities. I mean, sometimes they're late to the in theory, she's got somewhere to be very soon.
I think the way through parts of
It's okay, because I'm connected to it. Thank you.
Why is everyone leaving? Well, thank you.
I didn't get to walk in now.
That's now what I'm hearing. And that's the context. But I'm hearing, I think some people may have seen it really bad. Why is everyone sleeping late? What is the big deal?
Yeah, she got her car. She's like, oh, thanks.
Really quite good about it.
Yeah, we're like, great. It's like, hey, can you please help me? Huh? Why you send it to
Well, I mean, you guys were cool. You were cool.
Oh, were we cool? I don't know.
It's great food.
Yeah, but I wish I had been back there for now. Something. So unfortunately, I wasn't back there to get home.
That's what I was told.
Yes. We have a accent shot. Hi, this is Sada calling. Can I talk to whoever's on the desk? No, it's Sada.
Like, for someone else?
Thank you. Bye. Yeah, I will. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you so much. I know. Feel free to head that way.
So you're just sending it right outside. So by the time he like slid, I like behind like his poles, and then he was like
Hey, time's over. We good? What's that?
I'm sorry, we're just gonna go the other side.
I think when I was turning, I might
Yeah.
I do
Writing stuff in the car. The dog, anything. The
wife was like, you know, I can look at you and you bleed.
I couldn't ride motorcycles.
Oh.
Didn't think I'd do that again.
What'd you ride?
I had a bunch of my love for my BMW X650 in the car. I'm not letting the rules work out.
I just got rid of a install. I had it at my place in Michigan.
Oh, that's a place to ride.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's flat. I love riding. I never did.
I love Yeah, the 6 days left. A couple of my friends have done it for party.
I mean, it's unclear. I try to hang out around one of the houses. Sometimes I feel like they come out and hang out around here. Take pictures. I guess like
7 days.
Is that right?
All right, Francis, will see you. We can play it by ear. Just text me if you do this work.
Hey folks, the congresswoman is gone, and so is like the mayor-elect. So hopefully this first. Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you so much.
I'll give you a fist bump.
Yeah, here. Do you have my card?
No.
Oh, and sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to see you again, Eris. Oh, card. It's great to see you again. So I started well, I actually, before I worked for Corey, I interned for her. So I'm back now as her person.